It started as just another royal charity event, elegant, proper, filled with well-known faces and quiet applause. But what happened that day shocked everyone. And now, the world can't stop talking about it. When the Duchess of Cambridge, Princess Catherine, arrived with Princess Charlotte, the crowd did what they always do. Smiles. Waves. A few whispered compliments about Charlotte's dress. At just 10 years old, the young royal carried herself with such grace, yet you could still see the sparkle of childhood in her eyes. What no one expected was what came next. The evening included a small musical segment, a performance for the families and guests attending. Nothing dramatic. Just a piano, a mic, and a few familiar tunes. But when the host casually mentioned that Princess Charlotte might be willing to sing, there was a pause in the room. A few chuckles. A few raised eyebrows. Even Catherine looked surprised. But Charlotte, she stood up. Her steps were small, careful, nervous. Her hands slightly shaking. But her chin was lifted, and her eyes locked on the piano. A soft hush fell over the hall. And then, the first notes of Adele's "Someone Like You" began to play. Gasps. People looked around in disbelief. Was this really happening? Charlotte took a deep breath and sang. Not like a professional. Not like someone trained for the stage. But like a little girl who felt every word. Pure. Honest. Her voice trembled at first, then grew stronger with each line. She wasn't copying Adele, she was simply telling the story, in her own way. And the room, full of royals, celebrities, and dignitaries, sat frozen. Some covered their mouths. Others had tears in their eyes. Even Catherine, normally composed, was visibly emotional, her hands clasped tightly in front of her heart. Adele's song, already known for its deep emotional pull, suddenly felt even more powerful coming from a child, a royal child, bearing her soul to a room that had no idea she even could sing. When Charlotte sang the line, "Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead," there was something about the way her voice broke ever so slightly that shattered everyone listening. By the time she finished, the room erupted in applause, not polite, rehearsed clapping, but full, heart-thundering ovation. People stood. Some wiped away tears. Others looked stunned. But Charlotte didn't soak it in. She simply bowed, smiled shyly, and walked quickly back to her mother, who wrapped her in a quiet hug. The video wasn't supposed to go public. But of course, it did. Clips leaked online, grainy at first, then clearer versions from those who had captured the moment. Within hours, #Princess Charlotte was trending globally. Comments poured in by the thousands. She sings like she's been here before. I can't believe a royal child made me cry with an Adele song. This isn't just talent, this is soul. Even Adele herself reacted, posting a heart emoji and the word "beautiful" under a shared clip on Instagram. Music experts weighed in, praising not just Charlotte's natural tone, but the emotion she carried. She wasn't just repeating lyrics, one said. She understood them. And for millions around the world, it wasn't just about a royal moment. It was about connection. That in the middle of all the formality and tradition, a young girl stood up and sang a song that reminded us all that pain, hope, and love are feelings we all share, whether royal or not. Maybe Charlotte will never sing publicly again. Maybe this was a one-time moment of bravery, of heart. But one thing is certain. For those who heard her, they'll never forget it. Because in that moment, Princess Charlotte wasn't just a future royal. She was the voice of something deeper, something real. And she moved the world to tears.